Xbox's battle to stand out in Japan has been kind of a big thing that they have yet to address. And I was hoping from this Tokyo Game Show that Xbox did today that, you know, it feels like they're still fighting for that after letting go of Tokyo Gameworks. And I'm going to say this show was about what I expected. No editing in this one. Just thought I'd give some raw thoughts. Hi, Samurai QG. I love video games. That is the thing that this show, funny enough, reminded me of that. I recorded my reaction. I'm just going to upload that to Patreon, though, because there's nothing too crazy in it for me to show here. Other than like a shadow drop of, let me just get this out of the way. One of my highlights is All You Need Is Help. It just looks like a really cute indie game. I remember seeing this earlier in the year and I thought it looks cute. Like, I think that looks like a fun little game to play with some buddies, with some friends, maybe yell at each other, as everything looks like we won't be yelling at each other. And, you know, I just thought it looked cool. But then not only do they say, hey, it comes out today, a shadow drop, and it's on Game Pass! So, admittedly, that was a highlight to me. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if you want to play it with me, let me know in the comments. Maybe we could have a little fun squat up moment of that. But yeah, All You Need Is Help was definitely one of my 3 highlights. But the big thing that really needed to happen in the show is, you know, how is Xbox going to stand out in Japan? And I feel like they did a safe job of that. Because first off, if you're getting rid of Tango, you got to show that you're making partnerships with people all over. And they did do that in this show. But, you know, most recognizably, because that was the issue, is that this show was full of a lot of games that, you know, like, oh, that looks cool, but there's no like IP power in that, or a studio that's like, oh my gosh, they're here. Like, there wasn't a lot of that. But I would say mainly you got 4 out of the big 5, the only one not being Capcom, but you got Koei Tecmo to show up here with, I can never say this game, Atelier Yumiya, you know, which is the first time I guess that series is coming to Xbox. Cool. I know nothing about it, but cool. Sega and Atlas showed up by showing yet another Metaphora ReFantazio trailer, but also a prologue demo. And admittedly, when I saw that and it's available today, I'm like, was that announced anywhere? Did that just happen here? That's pretty cool. If anything, who knows? Like, I'm sure majority of people are just going to play it on PlayStation anyway, but it'd be cool if announced at this show, folks like hopped onto Xbox more. Again, that is the goal of this show, is to get the Japanese market as well as the Asian market involved. And we'll see if a lot of players for ReFantazio are on Xbox. But the show kicked off with Konami, with another Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater trailer. Still no date. In fact, wait a minute. I actually am going to have to edit this, because I was there a date for that? When is this game coming out? There's no date. There's no date. Wow. But regardless, Konami kicked off the show with that, and another RPG revival towards the end. I can't remember. Which, by the way, Konami's back, baby. That's what I felt like in this show. I'm like, Konami's back. That's really cool to see. And then, of course, at the end of the show, the one and only Square Enix, they showed up. They showed Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D, whatever it's called, and a lot of Mana games coming to Game Pass. I believe not Visions, the newer game. I was really hoping that was going to be on Game Pass, but no, 2 previous Mana games, as well as Final Fantasy HD 1 through 6. That's pretty cool. Nothing major. It was not Final Fantasy VII Remake. It was not even Visions of Mana. It was nothing new from Square Enix, and nothing too big powerhouse. And that's kind of the overall theme of this show. There's nothing too huge, in my opinion. There is a moment, though, that caught me. Like, there was a few moments. I thought the outfits in Overwatch 2, or if you don't want to acknowledge it as 2, My Hero Academia crossover. That's kind of neat. I'm sure you have to buy those outfits, though. The Tanuki game looked cute. We Love Katamari Reroll coming to Game Pass like today. That's a cool shout. If you've never played Katamari and just kind of want something satisfying to play, that is definitely a neat thing. But nothing else really grabbed me other than Threads of Time. I think if there's a game of the show for me, Threads of Time is the one that really, it feels exactly like Sea of Stars. Am I missing something? Because it just seems like Sea of Stars 2, basically. It feels like that to me. So maybe it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I never got to Sea of Stars. I wanted to. This looks very similar to that, though. But the biggest moment I actually audibly reacted, I would say,
that on November 5th, StarCraft Remastered and StarCraft 2 will be available with PC Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate.
StarCraft is coming to PC Game Pass or Ultimate or whatever. By the way, Game Pass messaging in the show was still confusing as hell. They just kept saying Game Pass, even though that's technically half of Game Pass. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're just going to stick to that messaging, even though it's confusing now. So whatever. But StarCraft is coming to PC Game Pass. That is very freaking cool. Just something for that IP. It's another one of the Activision Blizzard titles we have been waiting on. And it just seems like they are fully embracing this idea that just they're not going to drop all these games as I had hoped. I really wanted that, but it just seems like this is the strategy that's working out for them, and they just want to keep selling their games because that's literally 40% of their money. So I don't know. It works for them. Will that keep working? We'll see. Overall, I thought it was a very safe show. I wanted it to be a bit more hype, but I thought it was safe. And I think Xbox is going to still survive in Japan, but it would be nice if they could just have one or two big things in these shows.